One cop against 20 criminals? I like this guy. Imagine being a police officer or former police officer and getting to square off with 20 criminals. 20 people who, for a variety of different reasons, have had a problem with you, who don't like you, and don't like what you stand for. Somehow I stumbled across this video, and I'm really glad I did, okay? Here's the intro really quick.
I'm Kevin Donaldson, a retired police officer from New Jersey, and today, I'm surrounded by 20 criminals.
I don't know this Kevin Donaldson at all. Seems like a pretty cool guy. He's got cool hair. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I'm genuinely jealous that he got to do this. If you're interested in law enforcement, which I know a lot of people who follow this channel are, if you want to be a cop, or even if you hate cops and you're looking for opportunities or reasons to hate them even more, then I suggest you watch the entire video. I'm going to be showing a few shorter clips from the video and breaking them down a bit, but I'll include the link to the full video in the description. I've been making police-related videos for many years now. Some of them are educational, some are entertaining, some are a mix of both, and I know that some of them are ridiculous and cringe. I make a lot of videos about the day-to-day policing operations that I know the public finds interesting and they like to know. They're not necessarily things that you need to know, but they're nice to know. I grew up around cops, so it was never really a big deal for me to see some of the equipment that they use, that police use. But to the average member of the public walking down the street and they see a police car parked at the side of the road, it's a huge mystery to them. What's inside the car? How do the computers work? The cameras, the lights? What's it like in the back seat? I started showcasing these types of things many years ago, before it was even cool. And I took a lot of flack for it too. But part of building trust with the community is getting rid of the mysteriousness around policing, if that even makes sense. So in the video, Kevin makes several claims and then he's challenged on those claims. It's voluntary. If one of the participants feel that the claim is relevant to them, then they can get up, sit across from them in a respectful way and express their views. And here's the first one.
My first claim is that cops only use lethal force as a last resort.
Bravo. Starting off strong. So people get up, they have a bit of a back and forth about the issues. You can imagine things can get pretty tense at times, but let me be clear. He also calls out the cops, the police officers. Cops have made mistakes.
Okay, so the cop is 100% wrong on that one, from what I've seen. But we also got to remember, there's always more to the story than you see on video.
I'm going to do something that police officers get accused of doing all the time. I'm going to judge somebody by the way they look. So again, I don't know him, but his physical appearance, how he's holding himself together with that level of confidence when he's speaking, he looks familiar. I don't know why. He looks like a UFC fighter or something. Here's the second claim.
Most cops are selfless and honorable people.
Bang on. I completely agree. And I've said the same thing in my videos numerous times. One quick story, because I like to tell stories in every video. There's a current police officer I know, great guy. Every year he goes to the store at police headquarters. They sell all kinds of police branded merchandise, and he spends hundreds of dollars on cool little things that he hands out mostly to kids at radio calls throughout the year. So some of the calls, the radio calls, that can be tough on kids naturally. But he carries these things with him and he hands them out throughout the year because, well, it's a nice thing to do. And the kids just, they think it's so cool that the police officer gave them something. It's almost like they feel like they're a police officer themselves. He's been doing this for years. He's a great cop. And I could say that we need more cops like him, but the fact is there are plenty of cops just like him. You just don't hear about it. And truly selfless people, they usually don't want their good deeds publicized anyways. But it's true that you very rarely hear positive, feel-good police-related stories. I made a video about a year ago about police and community meetings and why they're usually counterproductive and pointless. I'm not going to rehash the entire video, but a lot of these meetings come across as very staged with politicians, community leaders, police leaders, and they all have their pre-planned speaking points. They're not looking to truly engage in open dialogue with the community, with the attendees. These events are usually publicized, and nobody in a position of authority is going to speak openly with the camera in their face, waiting for them to say the wrong thing so they can play that clip over and over again. And it's not normally the cops who walk the beat that attend these meetings and have these talks. It's police brass, leadership. And it's usually not criminals police deal with on a daily basis that attend these meetings either. It's the community leaders who apparently speak on behalf of the criminals. I used to really enjoy these types of conversations. I had them in different schools, just me in a group. I'd even ask them to ask a question for a friend so they're not embarrassed or thinking, that I'm going to arrest them or charge them. I wanted to be put on the spot. You heard any rumors? Ask me. Let's clear it up. You heard something online? Question me. I still do it. I did it with a university last month. No cameras, but some real great open talk. It was fantastic.
Most police officers do not racially profile black and brown people.
I give them a lot of respect for taking on that issue, tackling that perception. And also this last one, which I receive comments about all the time.
My next claim is police officers should not be judged so harshly.
Agree or disagree. Kudos to him for bringing them on. I just want to go over a few things which were brought up during the conversations. They're in the video, but they're not specific issues. I wrote them down. I'm just going to mention them really quick. Qualified immunity. Paid leave. So this is police officers who are in trouble or they're charged and they're being paid while they're not working. Internal investigations. So police investigating police or another police service investigating a police service. Police oversight and the thin blue line. What does that even mean? I've made all kinds of videos over the years trying to educate. And that's one of the reasons why I like YouTube, the longer form content. You have time, you're able to get into the details. Now, here's a few examples. Cops driving through red lights, beating traffic tickets, police entrapment, American police versus Canadian police, crimes of opportunity, policing during riots. And again, these are long form YouTube videos. And the photos that you're seeing are the thumbnails which are attached to the videos on my channel. Do police officers belong in your community? Should police eat in public while on duty? How to become a police officer? I actually made a playlist on that one, how to become a police officer. I cover education, training. There's lots of tips and information on the whole process. Most people who have a question, I already answered the question in one of the videos on the playlist. Spotting an undercover police car, living in a police state, police accountability, police pursuits. That one was kind of controversial. It didn't start that way, but we had a very unfortunate incident near where I live where, as a result of a police pursuit, some individuals lost their lives, and it's very, very sad. And it seemed like I was trying to maybe capitalize on that incident. However, the video that I posted took place, or I posted it weeks before that incident took place. I just wanted to clear that up. Why cops can break the law, so double standards. Police burnout, why cops are leaving in record numbers. The future of policing, big city versus small town policing. So that would be what kind of police service you might like to be part of, you might like to work for, and how they're different. Police warnings, why some people are charged and some walk away. And finally, things you need to know before becoming a police officer. I haven't shied away from controversial issues in my videos at all. And I've been challenging public perception and educating the public in different ways, similar to what Kevin is doing for years now, just of course in a different way. I know I've said this before, and maybe even too much, but I've been around cops and law enforcement my entire life. My dad was a cop. My parents had 5 boys. 4 of us became police officers. I've been immersed in emergency services and police culture since the day I was born. And having done the job myself, admittedly, maybe I'm a little biased towards the police. I would like to see these types of conversations happen more. And I respect anybody who isn't afraid of putting themselves out there the way Kevin did. I think it's a great video. Well done. Kevin, well done. Jubilee, thank you so much for putting it together. I'm going to be watching more of your videos. And again, I'm going to link this video in the description. Please share your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there. Look after one another. And perhaps we will see you again. Okay, I do know who Kevin Donaldson is. I didn't check him out while I was making the video. It came to my mind, but I didn't want to ruin the authenticity of the video, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I know who he is. Great guy. He's got a lot of really good stuff out there.